Okay, so another one is you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. We had the new moon in Virgo, and now we have the full moon in Virgo. Virgo is a lot of like a earthy. Earthy. We gotta start grounding ourselves, people. We need to start making our 12-year plans. We need to start figuring where we're gonna set our roots. I'm an air sign, so during the day, I just kind of let myself go wherever my mind goes. They can say it's ADHD. You can call it whatever the fluff you want to call it. I went through the ringers. I've had a psychiatrist. I've had a therapist. I've tried the ADHD like test, depression. Like, I ain't got none of that shit. I got bugs up my nose. Anywho, bugs like, get to it. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humbled to the point of being self-effacing? Oh my gosh, humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. Oh, don't underrate yourself. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Stop underrating yourself. You are good enough. You are good enough. You're worth it. You're worth it. Just because I do this reading as a collective reading, and I'm also part of the collective, so it doesn't, we all need to realize that we are good enough. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? Ooh. The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Attune to the moon. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. It's hard to find a balance, so that means we have to meditate. I know, I'm working on it too. We got to sit down now. Sorry, I gotta keep picking at myself. I'm twitchy like that. Like, I gotta keep touching myself. Not weird like that, but it's just a thing. I'm busy all the time and twitchy. Additional meanings for this card. Worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. And that's fucking right. Stop your fucking worrying. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Yeah, well. Stop second guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. What goes around comes around. I try to do good where I can. Right now, we just hunkering down and one thing at a time. The full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditation, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. Go eat some good shit. Last but not least, conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is to reach a peak, or just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. Forgiveness is not for others. Forgiveness is for you. To release that person so you may move on. When somebody does something shitty to you, I'm not going to forgive them for doing shitty shit to me. I'm going to forgive myself for allowing it to happen, and I'm going to take note for next time. Attune to the moon. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. Additional meanings for this card. Doors which slam shut now will reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga and nidra are all recommended now. I need to do yoga. My body needs to be healed. We need to get this chakra back in alignment. City control and let events unfold. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is a part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. Your darkness is the things you need to heal. It has nothing to do with sin. We're not born into sin. We are not. We are not. We are born pure. We are born pure of heart. We are given the choice to sin. In that token, what is sin? It's something you've done bad. There's 10 commandments that you're supposed to live by. 1, thou shalt not have no other gods. 2, shalt not take the Lord your God's name in vain. 3, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 4, honor thy father and thy mother. 5, thou shalt not kill. 6, thou shalt not commit adultery. 7, thou shalt not steal. 8, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. 9, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's things. 10, thou shalt not covet their neighbor's manservant, maidservant, yada yada yada. And yo biddies can walk by me in Walmart and you can shake your head and scoff at me about the way I look and the way I present myself. But yet, you've not walked a day in my shoes or my life. I don't get it. I am happy and I am proud to heal the toxic female lines in my generational heritage. I don't know. I'm just woke up to this stuff like you and the rest. I mean, I always know I had the purpose to read this. In the back of my mind from little on. But I never realized at what scale. Read energies from little on. And this was my spiritual book. This was my spirituality. Y'all Christians, I'm going to say it. Indiscretion I am, because it all depends on the house, the place in which the worship is conducted. If the intentions are great, it does not matter the building. Like I said, you can worship in a cardboard box. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian faith, the Muslim faith, the whatever Islamic faith, or Nigerian or whatever. I don't know. I don't really get into it. I'm sorry. I can't be politically correct because I didn't really study to be politically correct. we're all meant to be one, so I guess I never really had to study why we had to be different. Everybody pits color on color. Here I am, as colorful as I possibly can be. Because I don't see color. Humans are humans, people do shit, people don't do shit. I'm going to be putting my oracle read before this on a video. I don't know if it's going to run into one, but may we be blessed. May God protect us as we read.